Currently, Uganda's debt stands at over 70 trillion shillings, which has alarmed economists. It is against this backdrop that the Economic Freedom Audit to discuss Uganda's future economy has been held. Dr. Frederick Etiang, Principal Consultant in Higher Institutions of Learning, advises government to find means of encouraging Ugandans conducting business abroad to invest back home to improve the country's GDP.
All Ugandans that are out of Uganda come back to the country, or when they bring dollars. So the first implication of not repatriating, it means that the economy will remain with what we call a scarcity of dollars, because dollars are like commodities which we exchange for Ugandan shillings.
The Executive Director of Action for Liberty and Economic Development that spearheaded the conference asserts that exorbitant taxes collected from small businesses have discouraged people from entrepreneurial initiatives.
As we speak today, we know that it's very hard for a Ugandan to trade with a neighboring partner or another business person outside. Why? Because we are looking at the barriers in terms of these import duties, export also tax and so forth. And those have made it more hard for the people to have the economic freedom to exchange value and also to trade beyond borders.
The Executive Director of Civil Society Budget Advocacy Group, Julius Mukunda, says poor planning has led the country into a debt that will be paid by future generations.
The government has no single record on where it has managed a successful business enterprise. And what is happening is what we expected. The way it is now, the losses it is making, the 500 billion losses they have made so far, I can assure it is even going to triple, because they do not have a proper business model to run as an airline.
To the expertise and knowledge of Ugandans, but what needs to be done is, one, a careful look has to be taken at the spending. Is it necessary? Will it help improve the lives of Ugandans?
Harold Keija, an economist, appeals to government to support local investors since they play a pivotal role in tax generation.
It's not fair. What we must look at the real living of people. What is in their pockets? How are they consuming? When you go to because actually consumption is the best way of analyzing how people are doing. When you go to the markets, what people tell you when you go to the shops, when you go to the schools, and people begging.
The Economic Freedom Audit is intended to widen Uganda's products worldwide and identifying types of businesses meant to pay tax. Joshua Kagoro, Andrew Sebira, UBC News.